Hello guys. I want to show off a game that I played this season. I basically want to show off the new build. I talked about it in my build guide video, but I want to show it in action, and I think this is a really good game to show the strengths of it. So I'm going to walk you through how I popped off so hard in this game. Now, I'm still on my early season climb. I'm in the depths of Emerald right now, so it's important to remember that the Cassante I'm playing against, as you can see, is an Emerald player. But yes, the point still stands that the build is strong, and I want to show what's good about it. And the vast majority of my audience are Emerald and below. I mean, the vast majority of League of Legends players are Emerald and below. I think it's like 10% maybe, top 10% is Emerald. So, you know, this guide shows how to crush Emerald players. So if you follow the steps in this video, you should be crushing players top 10% and below. Obviously, it's not like last season where I was making videos where I was playing in Master, but we'll get there once the once the account ranks up a bit. So early game, here I'm actually trading just to get some grasp stacks. He's also going to get grasp stacks, but I don't really care. Just having extra max HP is really beneficial for me. So I'm running the grasp page that I talked about. I'm going to get my recall stopped here, but I base anyway. I'm also running Ghost Poro. So I talked about this in my build guide. Ghost Poro gives me the breakpoint on E for wave clear. So I dropped a ward in this bush and it's going to become a Ghost Poro early, and if it spots someone I get even more stacks. But honestly, I would take it even if it wasn't for that, because there just is no better rune. I guess Taste of Blood maybe, but you don't really need Taste of Blood. The important thing's the Ingenious Hunter. We're going to be playing the Fimbulwinter Iceborne and Unending Despair build in this game, with a Spirit Visage, and you get Revitalize. So I mentioned in the guide that there are some matchups like Riven where I don't need Phase Rush, and instead I'll take Grasp to get the Shield Bash, to get Revitalize, and sometimes I would need Unflinching as well, or Bone Plating. This game I don't need Bone Plating because I'm against Cassante, so I've gone Conditioning to go even tankier. And you can see I'm just going to walk up and E him. Just going to get my Grasp ready. Against Cassante, you can take pretty even trades. Like, I can just walk up and grasp him there once his Q's on cooldown. So you can see I'm Eing him again, and his Q's on cooldown now. I'm going to try and sidestep this one. Good. And you can see I'm walking up when his Q's on cooldown. So here I'm not going to walk up. He Q's, now I can walk up. So I'm going to walk up and hit this creep, get level 2, auto Q him, bonk. Now his Q's back up, but you can already see the trades have gone massively in my favour. I've E'd him a lot, he's disrespected how much damage my E does, and I'm just walking up between his Q's and looking for autos. He should back off between his Q's and not give me the autos, but he isn't, so... yeah, auto. I think I'm going to auto Q him here, big trade. See if I can dodge this, nice, E, auto. Alright, this is a ghost angle, yeah, ghost down on him. And I can't quite get in range for that last Q, but not a problem. Huge amount of control in this lane. So what I want to do now, if we just stop and think, is... so in this position, I have a massive resource advantage. Cassante needs to base. So what I'm going to do is make it as difficult for him to base as possible. So what I want to do is crash a wave and reset. Now I see Lee Sin here. So I know there's no way I'm going to get ganked by jungle. So I'm going to try and push this wave and base. I'm going to slow push it, crash the next wave, and then base. And then the good thing is, it's really good to get a nice early base in on this version of Nasus, because we get our tier stacking. Getting the tier is really nice. This guy chilling on 2 HP. I'm Eing the full wave here, so in a lot of my guides you'll have seen me talk about not Eing the wave when I'm looking for E's. Here, because I want to crash, I'm Eing the whole wave. Miss every CS, perfect. There's absolutely no way he can stop me crashing this wave. I'm walking up for E, there's no point in me Eing. This Cassante is going to base after this wave anyway. I don't know why I walked up and did that. I could have just had more tempo by recalling earlier. So, Tia's going to come in. I'm probably going to get a refill as well, yep. And I'm going to head back to lane. If I had some more CS, a lot of the time if I crash that wave, I think I can get Tia and... What's that item called? Glowing Moat. That's the thing. A glowing moat sometimes I can get, which gives me haste. It's pretty nice to have early. I'll get more Q stacks, I'll get more E poke. But you can see this wave's coming back into me, and now there's nothing Cassante can do. He has to base TP. So off of this wave management where I crashed the wave at the right time and based, off of getting a better base, I am going to... Do I stop this? Ah, yeah. So I know that he wants to base, so I'm looking to stop it. As it happens, I do stop it, and now he's going to miss all these creeps. And he's also going to have to TP. So now he's going to be down XP, down gold, down TP. Really good for me. I'm just going to be Q stacking now. So the build comes online truly at 2 items, but it's a very, very cheap 2 items, as I've said. It's a 5,000 gold 2 item core. And you'll see once I get into the team fights just how durable you are with this setup. I'm going to be looking for E-poke now. I know that my ghost is going to come up around about my level 6 timer. You can see my ghost cooldown compared to his flash cooldown. So he's not going to have flash, and I am going to have ghost. And I'm going to get 6 before him, because you can see I've got a massive XP lead. So I'm looking for an all-in at level 6. So any trade I get here is good for 2 reasons. 1, it's good because I have this level 6 all-in that I'm prepping. And 2, it's good because I still have teleport. So I can trade heavy with him, get through his resources, and then use my own TP as like a resource reset. So any even trade right now is really good for me. And that's why I'm taking all these trades where I'm actually walking up and hitting him. So here I might look to Q him. Nah, I'm just going to Q the creeps. Stacks. Yeah, just trade a grasp with him. I should E here. Again, like, I don't care that this looks like a slightly winning trade for him. It's actually a massively winning trade for me, because now it's a cannon wave. So there's no way he's going to be able to shove this faster than I can base TP. I'm going to come back with full health, full mana. He's going to be no health, no mana. I'm also going to have an item lead. I pick up a ruby crystal. Early ruby crystal is really nice. It's a lot harder to buy early sheen these days. But I will get it at some point. And he's just griefed. He dashed in. I have ult. I probably... I don't even have ghost, but I wouldn't need it even if I did. I'm just letting my ult tick so that my Q gets the kill. And I get some stacks. And from this point, I'm going to be massively in control of this lane. He's got no TP, so I can deny this wave. So my E's going to come up in 4 seconds. I'm just going to hard push. I missed that creep. And then I'm probably going to base. Or am I going to get the plant? So I have 2 options here. Plant spawns at about 6:30, so I could walk down the river, get the plant. I can also base and spend some of this gold that I've got. Let's see what I'm going to pick up. Chain Vest, maybe? If I can't get Sheen, it's normally Chain Vest. Or Lucidity Boots. Like, Chain Vest, if I have 800, there you go. I had 900. I should have checked how much gold I had. But if I have 900, I'll buy Lucidity Boots. If I have 1,000, I'll buy Sheen. If I only have 800, I'll buy the Chain Vest. The build path for Iceborne's actually really nice. The glowing mote into Sheen, cloth armor into Chain Vest, a ruby crystal on its own, and then they combine into Iceborne for like 400 gold. It's a really easy item to buy. The hardest part is buying the Sheen, honestly. Cassante looking for a roam here, but this wave's frozen, so I'm just going to start stacking. Where am I going? Oh, I'm pushing. Why am I pushing? I don't think I should push this wave. I think I should freeze it and start stacking, but oh well. I want to freeze the wave here because it makes me safe, and I want to be safe because he has R and I don't. That said, I'm going to have R very shortly. I'm so far ahead in items on this guy that I'm kind of just beating him. He could have ulted me and taken a better trade. Maybe he doesn't know that I don't have ult. But now I do have ult, so now it's just winning. This guy's kind of griefed it a bit. I missed. That creep. Get a grasp. He's dead. Bluetooth auto attack. Solid. Now I'm going to proxy the wave and base. Whenever you get a solo kill like that and the wave's on the enemy tower already, instead of just pushing and basing, you can proxy and base, and it'll make your reset cleaner. And it'll also deny him some creeps off of this next wave. Now I should get a Sheen. Nope, I got a glowing mote. Okay. Okay, I didn't have enough for the Sheen, so I bought the Chain Vest. Awkward game. Again, Sheen is really awkward to buy now, being 1,000 gold. It's a big nerf to the item, and this is why I don't go Trinity Force, because if I was trying to go Trinity Force, instead of Chain Vest Ruby Crystal, I would be stuck on, and also I wouldn't have the tier for mana, I would be stuck on, like, Phage or something. You know, it's really awkward. But you can see from the grasp, I've gotten 16 procs, so 16 times 7, that's 70 plus 42, 112 permanent health. Yeah, it's pretty solid. This is the alternative to Phase Rush, which I just don't need Phase Rush in this matchup. I know I beat this guy once I have ult, so I'm just going to kite him out and wait for my ultimate. I'm not going to engage until I have it, but when I do have it, I know that I beat his ass. So now I'm going to have ult in 2 seconds, so I'm going to all in here. But I'm not going to Q yet. You see, I didn't Q there. I didn't Q because I knew my ult was coming up, and I wanted to ult before I Q, because it makes all my Qs half cooldown. I will win this. Lee kicks me. I just run up and Q this guy. I can win this as well. Unfortunately got tagged by the Q, so now I have to kite. I remember I make a mistake here. I E this guy. I should just auto him. Because if I auto him, it gives him less time to... Like, the E has a cast time. The auto is just bang, dead. Yeah, I could just auto attack him and kill him. But, small mistake. Still 2 kills. And from this point, I'm going to be just taking over the game. I just got a double kill. Deny Cassante another wave. Yeah, another clean base. I don't have TP, so I'm not going to be able to play for this first dragon, but no one's playing for this dragon. Right, surely I have a Sheen now. Do I have an Iceborne? I might even have an Iceborne, 1.3. Nope. Oh, I can sell potion for Iceborne. Right? Please get Iceborne. Am I figuring it out in-game? What am I doing? There we go. So this is my first kind of power spike. It's pretty strong. It's like building Iceborne last time. It's not as strong as Trinity, but it's a decent spike. But the biggest spike is probably the 2-item spike. Once I get this completed Thimble Winter, which at this point I'm only 2,000 gold away from Thimble right now. Even though all I have is a tier, the item's so cheap, it's a 2.4k item, I'm only 2k away. Cassante has TP, so I should just farm this and sit. Yep. He TP's mid. I should probably push now. Did I not see him TP mid, or do I just not care? Because they're going to go Drake. I mean, I get a lot of stacks here. Oh, this is the other thing I want to show this game, is that I've had a lot of people say to me, oh, I don't like having 1 point in Q. You can see I have 5 in E, 3 in W, 1 in Q. They say, I don't like it because you don't get nearly as many stacks, and I think that's wrong. You still get plenty of stacks, especially when you're ahead. Which a lot of the time as E Max you are ahead instead of behind because you're so much stronger in lane than a Q Max Nasus. But you can see here, like, I'm still stacking most of the creeps. The fact that my Q is a long cooldown doesn't affect my ability to stack them because I just wait. Like this. They got the Drake. So my plan right now is to... I could go and get that Echo, but he can just hop the wall. There's no way that I can possibly kill him, so I'm not going to go there. Janna's dying. And I don't know what the Janna wants me to do. Like, if you look at where Echo was on the map, if I go... Now that Rek'Sai's there, we can cut him off. So if we look here, like, now that Rek'Sai's here, he's got nowhere to go. But Janna was here, and he was here, and I was, like, here. And if I walk in, he just hops this wall and leaves. So I'm just wasting my time. But free kill for Rek'Sai. I'm just going to continue stacking. I'm now 200 stacks at 12 minutes. Get some damage on the plates. And Cassante is just chilling mid. So what I'm going to do now, if the enemy ever starts tilt roaming against you, just kill the creeps. Just stack them all. This is, and when you're proxying as well, it also doesn't matter. I'm just autoing to lifesteal, so I'm perma-autoing. But it also doesn't matter what the cooldown of your Q is, because you can just Q them all anyway, like this. You see, it doesn't matter if I have a low cooldown Q or a high cooldown Q. Lee Sin can't stop me. I'm far too tanky. He's only got a Tunneler and a Coalfields. I have an Iceborne. I'm also level 11. But importantly, I'm not taking this tower yet. You might wonder why I'm doing that. It's because this tower, I'm going to get it anyway. I'm going to get it now, right? I may as well let it deny as many minions as possible before I take it. So it's denied like 3 waves while I've been here. Well, 2.5. I'm now going to take it. And now I'm going to push this wave. And then let's turn the objective timers on because I want to see those. Close the runes for a sec. Objective timers. Okay, we'll get the runes back because I want you to see the values. You'll start seeing the shield bash damage once I get Thimble. You'll also start seeing, you can see Ghost Power is giving me 14 AP. I've got 3 stacks of my Ingenious already, which is great. 3 is already 38 item haste. Really reduces the cooldown of that Thimble. And my Iceborne, actually. You'll see my Iceborne has a really low cooldown. You see how... me and Cassante used it at the same time there, so if you want to rewind like a couple of seconds and watch the difference, once I'm in my ult spamming abilities, I'll just get so many more Iceborne procs. I would imagine I have gold for Thimble now. Yep, 2.4k. So I'm going to buy my Thimble, Drake in 2 minutes. I want to play for this Drake. I'm just going to go and defend mid. But now my goal is to just turn up to dragon fights. Aside from that, I'm going to farm sidewaves and stack. Whenever I turn up to a dragon fight, I am going to smash everyone. This 2-item core is crazy. Look, I wither, I get a huge shield. See that? I just completely tanked the Echo's damage. I Q him, I get another shield, and then I get another shield from Janna. And now I'm going to wither him and get another shield. Yeah, just completely tanks his Q again. I still haven't lost a point of health at this point, by the way. And then I'm going to Q him and get another shield. It's kind of... you can see how low the Thimble cooldown is. And it's only going to get lower as I get the remaining 2 stacks. Now, Brand is a champion. Malignant's Brand, you would expect, will deal a lot of damage to me. But you'll see in these team fights later that that is just not the case. I'm going to walk up, start hitting this turret. I slowed him, so I get a huge shield. I say a huge shield. It's a significant shield. When there's 2 champions nearby, it doubles. I think it does it double or just increase a bit? It nearly doubles. If there's 2 champions nearby, which a lot of the time there will be, it's a 339 shield on like a 5-second cooldown. So I'm just going to wither this bitch, walk through the damage. More shields. Thimble's back up. This guy tries to kill me, I'm just going to Thimble him again. Another shield. And you can see this item's already shielded me for 1.1k. And that was the first time I came out of base with it, and it's not even in a team fight where there's... like, they're not even breaking my shield, so it's not shielding as much as it could. But you'll see when we get into some of the later team fights. Next I'm going to go Spirit Visage. I need Magic Resist for the Brand and the Echo. And Spirit Visage, obviously, really good synergy with the Thimble Winter. But yeah, if you want to understand my reasoning behind a lot of the items, I've talked more in depth about that in the guide itself. There's like a Nasus item guide. Yeah. Gonna go to the side lane, pick up some creeps, run into the dragon fight. And this dragon fight... oh, another thing you'll notice is that I never like to ghost aside from dragon fights. I like to have my ghost for the dragon fight. This is something that I have a really big priority on. So here, my ghost is available. I've E'd the wave. I'm going to walk in. And my plan here is I want to ghost in, keep Misfortune withered, and just tank all the damage. So watch these Thimble shields, okay? Shield. My health hasn't moved yet. I'm going to walk in. Q. Shield. My health is still basically the same. Walk up. I've got a Thimble again, so Q. But I get a shield. Brand's hitting me. It doesn't matter. I fuck up here. I thought I could get away with TPing. His Q comes up in time. I don't. But I wanted to stop that top wave dying. Not the end of the world, but a bit silly of me. Bonk. You can also see that Shield Bash has done 510 damage already. Which, considering it doesn't do anything until I get my Thimble, 510 is quite a lot. It's kind of like half of my grasp, but I've been using that the whole game. So yeah, it's kind of crazy how much damage Shield Bash is doing, and also every time I proc a shield, I'm gaining 7 of each resistance. I believe it's 7. Yeah. So yeah, it's dealing a lot of damage, and I'm just going to walk up mid here and start hitting this turret. Again, if MF wants to try to kill me, she can. I might be overextending here. This might be too far. Oh, I managed to dodge the Brand stun. Can I live this? No, there's an Echo. My Thimble's down. It's back up now, just not quite in time. But I should have 4 stacks of Ingenious now. Get back out on the map. Yes, I have 4 stacks of my Ingenious. And you'll see that now that I have 5 points Wither, 5 points E, and I have my Thimble, I also have my Visage. I'm basically immune to damage unless someone's doing crazy amounts. So you can see I'm just going to get another shield now. I literally haven't taken damage yet because it's all going into my shields. I'm going to walk up, I'm going to get another shield. I tried to E his ult there. I know he's dead if he goes that way, so I'm literally just sitting on his ult. But yeah, you can see I literally did not take a point of damage though. The shield's just blocking everything. It's actually insane. I'm just going to farm for a bit now. I just want to skip forward to some of the fights that happen. So like here I might fight someone. No, I'm kind of just ignoring them. You can see the shields are just silly. I got a Janna shield. I just ghost at her. Basically ignore the tower. She flashes. More shields. You're kind of just a raid boss with this build. You don't do as much damage as the old Trinity build, but you really don't take any damage. Now I'm out of mana here, so I'm going to leave. I think I'm just going to base. Okay, so Dragon's up in 130. I do have TP, but Yasuo's already top, so I'm not going to go there. I'm going to walk here. I'm going to kill this. He's kind of running it down. Yeah, so basically you can see how the game ends, right? I'm fed as fuck and I just kill everyone. But when you get fed with this build, you basically cannot die. So if we watch this fight that's about to happen, I've now got this item, Unending Despair, as well. So what's going to happen is that now that I've got 4 out of 5 stacks of this, it's even better when I have 5. But my my Ice Spawn is like a 1 second cooldown. My Unending Despair is like a 4 or 5 second cooldown, and my Fimbulwinter's a 5 second cooldown. You can see this has already blocked 5.3k, and I've done 1000 damage with Shield Bash. Revitalize is putting in work. Conditioning as well, just giving me a lot of resistances. I'm very, very tanky. So you'll see that this item will just start draining constantly. Bam, it did it again. This guy's trying to fight me, but I mean, you can see my shields and heals are just ridiculous. Big shield. And now I'll get another one when I wither. And it generally lines up that it's your wither giving it to you, but the good thing about running Ice Spawn is that even if your wither desyncs, you'll still get it off of your Q. So you'll see here, I'll just wither. Bonk. And I'm basically immune to damage. Now obviously there are champions, that was a nice play by Lee Sin. Obviously there are champions that can kill you, mostly like tank shredders like Vayne, but yeah, if you get ahead with this build, it's really obnoxious, and from this point the game just ends. But I think the biggest example is this dragon fight here. You can really see, like, I'm fed. I am admittedly very fed, but at the same time, even if I was this fed with the old Trinity Force and Frozen Heart, which I don't even know if I would have enough gold to have bought. Yeah, I would, but I wouldn't have this Spectre's Cowl and Ruby Crystal. But even if it was the old Trinity Force Frozen Heart, I would still take damage. But with this build, I walk in and I'm just immune to everything. It's crazy to watch. Like, I watch it back and I'm just looking at it like, is this really a thing in the game? It looks wrong, but I face tag. This guy's a Malignance brand with Sork shoes. I barely have any MR. He has this, whatever the hell this Realm Spike thing is, and he's landing spells on me, but I just don't care. So yeah, that's the new tank build. I might do a video on the AP one. I'm not sure, but I wanted to showcase this build and how cool it is and how tanky you are. So yeah, when you guys play this build, don't be afraid to frontline. You are like the tank, like Scion Ornn levels of tankiness. Maybe tankier, honestly, when you're in your ult. When you're outside your ult, you're less tanky, but when you're in your ult, you're probably maybe the tankiest champion in the game. I'm not sure. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you like the build, and let me know how the build goes for you guys and if you have any success with it. So, thank you. Bye-bye.